First of all, he didn't have a black servant. I don't know where you got this rumor, but you just changed the rumor that's been spreading around. The rumor that is most famous is that he stole it from Miss Childress and paid her $1,200 for her recipe. So tell me where you get the $5 for her recipe. I think you're transposing words from other rumors. I get so sick of the slander against my family. He didn't steal anything, and he did a lot of stuff for people, and he was a good person. The worst thing he ever did was cheat on his wife. And you have to understand how frustrated I am because I get tagged in this crap all the time. The original rumor was that he owned slaves and stole it from a slave. Over time, that changed to Miss Childress. I proved Miss Childress didn't exist in the sense that people say she did. There probably is a Miss Childress out there, or was. But the image used for her in so many articles was Sarah Clark from the Ladies' Home Journal magazine in 1925, talking about her work with Snowdrift, but nobody ever wants to talk about Sarah Clark. They want to make up Miss Childress, which is sad because Sarah Clark's story gets lost. I think you're getting the $5 confused with the 5 cents that he got for every whole chicken sold in a meal, starting with Pete Harmon in Salt Lake City, Utah. The only people in Uncle Harley's kitchen when he first started working with his recipe was him, his daughters, and his wife. Some say he stole it from his wife. First off, spouses share recipes. Secondly, if you read the autobiography and so many other articles that quote his wife and him, his wife didn't know how to cook. She wasn't going to school, she didn't know how to cook. Josephine didn't really do anything, but he married her. And she married him because of his cooking. I tend to get real upset when people make comments like yours and tend to make it so confident like you know that happened, but you didn't do any of the research behind it. He didn't steal anything. That recipe was his own. He began development of it in the 1930s, and it wasn't completed until 1940. And it didn't become Kentucky Fried Chicken until 1952. He was born in 1890 on a Henryville, Indiana farm. He was no slave owner. He couldn't even afford servants. He was 5 years old when his father died and he started cooking. His mother started teaching him how to cook. The only people on the farm was him, his sister, his brother, and his mother, because his father was dead. Later on, his mother remarried, and his stepfather didn't like him, and he ended up venturing out to find work and to go live with his uncle to get away. I know that because I know his story. To say Colonel Sanders stole the recipe is inaccurate. If you're doing it intentionally knowing that it's wrong, it's slander. So I encourage you to educate yourself before mouthing off like this. I know this rumor is fake, this one particularly, because it's completely different from the other rumors that are spreading around. Which is it? Did he outright steal it? Did he pay her $5 for it? Did he pay her $1,200 for it? Which one of the African American ladies are you referring to? Is it Miss Childress or the two other nameless ones that people have made up? Who are you talking about? Show your evidence instead of slandering. Show the evidence instead of slandering. Show it. If I'm wrong, if my uncle stole the recipe, I will absolutely admit it and tell you all it, and I'll make the image better than what he was. If there is evidence, hard evidence that he stole the recipe and that the whole story that is factual behind him is fake, show me it instead of saying it. Because you're spreading rumors, you're spreading slander, and you don't know what you're talking about. You're just spreading it because you read it online somewhere. You have no other evidence to back it up other than claims online that have no evidence behind them.